There's a good chance that if you look high into the heavens tonight, you will be seeing red, as in a rare blood moon. And some people think that that may be a sign of something big, the fulfilling of a prophecy.
Is it my imagination, or have there been a lot of earthquakes recently?
We've had a cluster over the last month.
Whoa! Whoa! Okay.
Whoa. Whoa. Earthquake. Big earthquake right now. A really strong shaker right now.
Está muy fuerte. Ahora sí está moviendo todo.
The person behind a proposed satanic monument at the state capitol claims his plan is gaining support. Heather Hope spoke with the leader of the group from New York who is trying to make that statue a reality.
Carl, while many Oklahomans, including legislators, feel the satanic monument will never come to pass at the Capitol, there are some who feel acceptance is changing, and the group's leader says he's being flooded with support. Satanic Temple spokesman Lucian Greaves says support for a monument at the Capitol is growing by the day. It would be placed next to the Ten Commandments.
A statue of Satan being designed in Oklahoma has been seen by reporters for the very first time. The construction follows months of controversy and discussion, including an ongoing battle between the state and the ACLU. Designers announced their plans to build a satanic monument on the front lawn of the State House in Oklahoma.
Rare earthquake advisory issued for Oklahoma, the first of its kind for any state east of the Rockies. Experts say there's a good chance a big one could hit there. And ABC's Ryan Owens has a story.
Tornadoes, fires, and now earthquakes in Oklahoma?
It appears that it's now becoming earthquake country as well.
The U.S. Geological Survey has issued a rare earthquake advisory for Oklahoma, warning that the risk of a damaging quake, magnitude 5.5 or higher, has increased significantly for the central part of the state, the very first of its kind for a state east of the Rockies.
It's called a satanic black mass, and it's about to happen at Harvard University. The event billed as an historic reenactment. Not everybody's on board with this. Our Jared Holbrook is here to explain. Hi, Jared.
Hi, Maria. The Archdiocese of Boston is upset about the event. They're hoping Harvard reconsiders. But even though it will be happening on campus, it doesn't appear school administrators will be getting involved. A Harvard University student club is hosting a satanic black mass reenactment to celebrate witchcraft and satanic worship. The ritual is expected to take place at an on-campus bar May 12th, and the Harvard Extension Cultural Studies Club will be hosting. The performance will be conducted by the Satanic Temple, a group known to stir up controversy.
Every week, this humble DJ takes your requests for the underreported story of the week. Your last one, the mounting popularity of atheism. And this week, the group American Atheists announced that they will be launching Atheist TV, a Roku streaming network. They hope to reach an audience of up to 7 million households.
HGTV axing Flip It Forward brothers David and Jason Benham even before their very first episode after some anti-gay remarks came to light. ABC's Juju Chang has the story.
The announcement to cancel the Benham Brothers HGTV reality show Flip It Forward coming after the blog rightwingwatch.org brought to light anti-gay comments and other controversial remarks made by David Benham, like this one shared on the radio show The Line of Fire with Dr. Michael Brown in 2012.
The homosexual agenda is next. The intolerance toward radical Islam is next.
The brothers say their beliefs caused HGTV to hit the pause button. The controversy seems to resemble Duck Dynasty patriarch Phil Robertson's suspension in late 2013 for anti-gay remarks.
A local high school student says he's being punished for not standing for the Pledge of Allegiance during class.
Really tired of, our government taking advantage of us.
Mason Michalik says he loves his country, but just not his government.
government. I don't agree with the NSA spying on us, and I don't agree with CISPA or any of the internet laws.
That's why he's taken a pledge of sorts, to not say the Pledge of Allegiance with classmates. This is the letter he received.
Mason refused to stand for the moment of silence, the Pledge of Allegiance, or the Texas Pledge.
Michalik says the principal sentenced him to 2 days of in-school suspension.
Park Lakes Elementary on April 8th, this 5th grader pulled out chosen material for free reading time.
Then she said, "Giovanni, what book is that?"
That's when he says the teacher asked him twice to put the Bible on her desk, and he refused.
And she told me to get my dad on the phone.
Here's the voicemail she left.
Good morning, Mr. Rubio, Mrs. Thomas. Giovanni called you because I asked him to. I noticed that he has a book, a religious book, in the classroom. He's not permitted to read those books in my classroom.
Any parent wants to protect their child, and there comes a point in life where you have to stand up for what's right and what's wrong. And when somebody's civil rights and constitutional rights are being violated, and it happens to be your child, I'm sure any one of you would do that for someone you love.
Father pulled out of a school board meeting and handcuffed for protesting his daughter's reading assignment. He's not the only parent upset over the book that students were told to read.
Yeah, it's a novel, 19 Minutes, which tells the story of a school shooting and its aftermath. And as Christina Hager shows us, the book also includes a sex scene, which parents feel their kids should not be reading.
What are you charging me with?
Handcuffed and arrested, all over a novel William Baer's 9th grade daughter was assigned to read in school.
I'm shocked. I mean, I've never been arrested.
He brought his concerns to Monday's school board meeting, but when he went over the 2 minutes allowed for public comment,
It's absurd, but everybody's playing around about what the content of this is.
it got heated.
You didn't arrest me. Because I violated the 2-minute rule.
Arrested on a disorderly conduct charge. As for Baer, he's due in court next month.
This is stunning.
In Guilford, New Hampshire, Christina Hager, WBZ News.
Back in April of 2013, President Obama unveiled the BRAIN Initiative, a bold new research effort looking at the brain. The White House pledged to spend $100 million to study how our brains work. The president had this to say about the investment.
There's this enormous mystery waiting to be unlocked. And the BRAIN Initiative will change that by giving scientists the tools they need to get a dynamic picture of the brain in action and better understand how we think and how we learn and how we remember.
1 year into the initiative, there's some big news to report. The next few months, highly secretive U.S. military researchers say they'll unveil the advancement of brain implants that could one day restore a wounded soldier's memory. The Defense Advancement Research Projects Agency, or DARPA, is behind the sophisticated memory stimulator.
Well, a researcher at the University of Illinois, his name is Dr. Rogers, he founded a company and they started making electronic tattoos. So I'm wearing one here on my arm.
Do we have a camera to get a...
This is a developmental system made by MC10, and it has an antenna and some sensors embedded in it. And what we plan to do is work with them to advance a tattoo that could be used for authentication.
This is FDA cleared?
So here's the thing. This is not science fiction. This pill is actually made by a company called Proteus, and they've developed it for medical applications. That pill has been CE stamped and cleared by the FDA.
While this is great news for those who have suffered brain injuries, some people see it in a different light. Manipulating memories in people could open up an ethical minefield. It should also be noted that researchers have come a long way in understanding and manipulating the brain.
A new piece of technology will help keep criminals' hands off your medical records.
Patient Secure scans your palm to create a unique identification code linked to your medical records. This sounds like something out of a futuristic movie.
It does, Tammy, and it kind of looks like it too, but officials with Bon Secours St. Francis Health say the future is now. A faster, more convenient, and safer way to protect your medical records.
If you'll place your right hand here, please.
The next time you visit your doctor,
Okay, you can take it off.
you may be asked to use a handy new tool to help identify yourself.
It will actually takes a biometric scan of the veins in the palm of your hand. Unique
to that individual patient, and then that is converted into a unique identifier, which is then attached to the medical record.
There's a new level of magic coming to Disney World, and that is with the magic wristbands, RFID wristbands that people can wear and ostensibly buy things with them in the park, buy food, get fast passes. It's supposed to automate the whole experience of visiting the park and make it fun, like Disney dollars.
Except for the fact that they can track you throughout the entire park, and they can track all your movement, and like you said, your purchasing habits, and like I can see where there are positive aspects to it for someone who wants an immersive experience, like having certain, members of the cast knowing a child's name when they approach. Like that's cool for the magical experience. But at what point is it just going to be like a chip they implant to you when you walk in? Like, I don't know. With the whole NSA stuff going on now and the lack of privacy, to me, and I know it's optional now, but how long will it be optional?
Now listen, I was able to see that television sets were actually watching people in their homes, monitoring their movements, monitoring their conversations. They showed me in the dream, or I was shown in the dream, that the television didn't even have to be on, it just needed to be plugged in. They now had the capacity to actually send signals about you in your living room.
TVs that spy on you? Douglas Kennedy is live in our New York newsroom with more. I can see you, Douglas.
Totally outrageous, Allison. Your living room was supposed to be the last bastion of privacy in the United States. But unfortunately, as Fox News learned this week, it is no longer.
A Massachusetts U.S. congressman wants to make sure you are made aware that your TV is watching you before it starts watching. National telecommunications companies are exploring new technology that would allow a camera to record you while you watch TV.
Folks, this was 1980 when I had this dream. It sounds like right now, doesn't it? I was on my way to conduct another business transaction, and I ran into an individual. A very strange thing happened at this point. This man has said to me, Ken, I introduced myself to him. He was very excited. He said, "Have you got your identification mark?" And I said, "I don't know what you mean. What's an identification mark?" He says, "They've just enacted a new identification mark. And by the way, this started with a voluntary implementation first. You did it voluntarily first. This man told me you ought to get yours done real soon to avoid the hassle, because soon everyone, they say, will have to have this to conduct business."
To let customers pay without using debit cards, credit cards, or even cash.
Customers will soon be able to register their checking and credit card account information by computer. Then you provide 2 fingerprints, so later, with a quick scan, the system can recognize you. It's called biometrics, an automated way to recognize you based on your unique biological characteristics. Each person's fingerprint is a unique identifier, not biologically duplicated anywhere else in the world.
Do not be sold on this because of a convenience. Do not give something away. Do not give yourself away, something extremely personal.
You know, today it's a fingerprint, tomorrow a microchip. Maybe that ushers in the mark of the beast.
Donnie Attaway quit his management job at Quick Trip when the convenience store chain told him he had to swipe his finger to clock in and clock out.
And although it may be optional today, who knows about tomorrow.